WWE has a big Jade Cargill problem on their hands, and they have got to address it. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know and what the actual issue is, other than just what's been out there. Look, Jade Cargill, she has made a big splash in WWE in her tenure thus far after signing with the promotion in late 2023. She's been on the main roster for a year now, and in that time, she's had a ton of success, holding the women's tag team titles twice with Bianca Belair. However, that does not mean that she hasn't rubbed some people the wrong way. I'm sure, as you know, in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer first reported that there was a confrontation that took place a few months ago before the Jade Cargill injury angle, mystery attacker angle involving Jade Cargill and Shayna Baszler. Now, Fightful, they had asked around and talked about with sources about the incident after Jade Cargill was written off of television in mid-November. Now, she's since returned to television and entered into a feud with Naomi. Those in the WWE locker room have been quiet regarding the situation, and since then it was claimed that Cargill took issue with something that had unfolded, and the word around the locker room was that Jade Cargill had something to the effect that Baszler needed to learn how to work, which was denied by people close to Jade. They were told that it stemmed from a match in Scotland where Jade Cargill tapped out in what was not supposed to be the finish of the match. Now, people close to Jade Cargill claim that she was more disappointed with herself and how things went down and was apologetic backstage. Upon entering the WWE scene after taking a hiatus, the situation got much of the WWE locker room talking because Jade Cargill's promo that she was demanding respect and being surrounded by wolves in the shape of women all around her, that was a talking point. At least one WWE talent in the locker room mentioned that this was a personal shot, and they'd taken it personally by a number of talent as they kept the issue between she and Baszler quiet throughout this entire time. Then all of a sudden it comes out. Now, Jade Cargill's absence was also the subject of heat in the locker room because talent had heard that Jade Cargill asked for a holiday tour off but was told the tour was mandatory. Following that, she sustained an injury that several members of the roster doubted of being it true, which is why reports have emerged elsewhere that she wasn't injured. However, WWE higher-ups spoke with Fightful and said that she was actually injured and was actually willing to come back more sooner than she did, or earlier than she did. However, WWE wanted to make sure that she was cleared by the team, and she was able to get additional reps at the Performance Center. Now, sources close to her have claimed that she did not ask for the holidays off, contrary to the word going around in the locker room. In addition to going to the Performance Center several times a week leading up to her return, she did additional training near her home. Now, this is a situation in which I think has to be addressed. So Jade Cargill, she's only been in the business for about 5 years now, right? And she did so starting out in AEW. She's a big, big star. And they pushed her in a very big and strong way. And so when she went to WWE, they made her signing a big deal, right? So initially, you know there's got to be some people in there going, in WWE going, okay, she had this big run. A lot of people think she's the female version of Goldberg. Now she's coming into WWE. They're making her signing a huge deal. Her Royal Rumble debut was a massive deal. It was a big orchestrated deal. They're trying to make this chick a star. She hasn't even done anything in WWE yet. And now we're a year removed. And, you know, she's a 2-time tag team champion, and she's had all this success, and she's continuously being pushed. If I'm Shayna Baszler, and if Jade actually told her, you need to learn how to work, I'd be a little pissed off about that. Shayna Baszler's been in this business for over a decade, and she's actually very, very good at it. She doesn't have the charisma. She doesn't have the mic skills. That is what has lacked her, but inside the ring, she can put on a banger with anyone. I think WWE has dropped the ball with her on the main roster, but hey, I digress. Go back and watch her NXT run. It was very, very good. Jade Cargill has always had and will always have a target on her back. Just like Roman Reigns had a target on his back. Just like John Cena had a target on his back. Anytime that you are a talent and you come in and they give you a gigantic push, people are going to be jealous. You can be the nicest girl or guy in the world, and there will still be jealousy. There will still be people envy of you. There will still be people hoping for your downfall. Just like have you all heard the infamous story about when they formed Evolution? Triple H, Ric Flair, they went to Dave Batista, they went to Randy Orton, they go, guys, we want to put you in this group, but just know you're going to get a ton of heat from everyone. They're going to try to injure you and say it was an accident. They're going to be jealous. They're going to be mad. They're going to try to get under your skins. Are you willing to do that? Dave Batista was a guy that he liked to be liked. He wanted to be liked within the locker room, and it was a hard adjustment for him. But at the end of the day, you are in the pro wrestling industry for two things: win championships and make money. Win championships and get checks. The two C's. Arn Anderson always says the only thing that you remember in wrestling is the money and the miles. That's it. So you have to understand that Jade Cargill has always had a target on her back. And Shayna Baszler, well, yeah, as an established pro, as someone who's been around this industry for a while, as someone who has been there, done that, seen that, who is able to work with pretty much anyone, who is a likable person within the locker room. Okay, you don't hear many bad things about Shayna Baszler. Jade Cargill messing up a spot, I can see where there'd be a little frustration, right? Though there's always going to be jealousy in pro wrestling. It is the closest thing to you going back to high school. That is the way that it has been described by various wrestlers, right? And especially when you're doing long tours and everything like that, and WWE schedule's obviously a lot lighter these days. But like the Hollywood, not the Hollywood, but the holiday tour. That was multiple days in a row, right? You're on the road, you're away from your family, it's the holiday times. Jade Cargill's taking time off and you're on the road. Jade Cargill maybe or maybe not be injured, but she's taking time off, you're on the road. Yeah, I can see why that would upset some people, right? So WWE has got to address there is a Jade Cargill problem. Now, how do they deal with that? I think they need to have a chat with Jade and be like, hey, if there's issues going on, you need to go out there and squash them. That's what I would do. Whether or not that will happen remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, Jade Cargill, regardless of her backstage likability, is going to be just fine in WWE. At the end of the day, Jade Cargill is a star. And when you are a star, you get special treatment. If you can draw, if you can garner interest, if you can have on very good matches and feuds, you're going to be A-okay in this business. And in my opinion, that is what Jade Cargill is doing. So we will see how this plays out in the coming 4, 6, a year from now. But at the end of the day, Jade Cargill is going to be just fine. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the story? And what do you think WWE should do with Jade Cargill?